Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the Closing Bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlett Fu.
If you look at the S&P 500, you've got more than 200 names to the upside, 299 to the downside.
And let's take a look at the sector level as well. Slightly more red than green when you consult the circle there. You can see that tech is actually lower on the day. Feels like we haven't seen that for a while. That sector down by about 0.5%. We know a lot of that comes back to Oracle. In terms of what did well, consumer staples was your big winner when it comes to a percent basis, up by about 0.9%. Financials too as well. But consumer staples being the big winner really speaks to the defensive mood in the market overall today.
All right. Having said that, man, there's some real standouts when it comes to gainers in the Tuesday trade.
Yeah,
Trilogy.
let's see what they are.
Trilogy, I'm sure you'll have more to add. Trilogy Metals up 211%. It was up as much as 281% earlier in the session, but finishing with a 211% gain. Ticker is TMQ. It's a $6.50 a share stock. You know the story. The United States taking a 10% stake in the Canadian Minerals Explorer as part of a $35.6 million investment to secure critical energy and mining projects in Alaska. We have seen this trade coming out of the White House. So there's a beneficiary in a big way. AppLovin, down 14% yesterday. It was a story that came on our radar late yesterday. Down 14% in the Monday trade, but up 7.6% in today's session. It was a top gainer in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100. Citi coming out and saying that they would be buyers on any weakness. They say that they noted that the regulator, SEC, has not officially accused AppLovin of any wrongdoing. So they're kind of a little bit, it sounds like, suspect. Keep in mind, the big story yesterday, Bloomberg News breaking that the SEC has been probing the company specifically looking at their data collection practices. That was according to people familiar. But nonetheless, investors moving back into AppLovin. And got to mention AMD. It, again, was among your biggest gainers in the major indices, up another almost 4% in today's session. This kind of another gain for a second day, up almost 24% yesterday, so continuing to build. And that, of course, is the news that AMD has a deal with OpenAI to build AI infrastructure. So some momentum continuing on this Tuesday, Tim.
Well, those are some of the gainers. I got some of the decliners for you. I'm going to start with Oracle shares today falling by 2.5%. This after a report in the information said the company's profit margin in cloud computing is lower than many on Wall Street have been estimating. The company's gross margin was 67.3%, the lowest in more than a year due to heavy spending on chips and data center capacity. Oracle shares earlier in the session fell as much as 7.1%, but paired those declines to close down 2.5%. The company declined to comment. Ford shares falling the most today since February, down 6.1%. The Wall Street Journal reported that a fire at a New York State aluminum plant will cause months of disruption for Ford. It's the biggest customer of this plant based in Oswego, though Toyota and Stellantis also use this plant's aluminum. Citi says it's too soon to cut fourth quarter North American light vehicle forecast, but the fire could present a supply risk for the period. Our Bloomberg intelligence team, including Steve Mann, who's going to join our program in just about 20 minutes, says that the drop in the stock also reflects persistent concern over rising warranty costs and its EV business at the expiration of an EV tax credit, crimping demand. And finally, watching shares of sports betting platforms DraftKings and Flutter Entertainment. Flutter is the parent company of FanDuel. Flutter down 3.7%, DraftKings down 5.8%. These took a hit today after Intercontinental Exchange, the owner of the New York Stock Exchange, announced plans to invest as much as $2 billion in the crypto-based betting platform Polymarket. You can kind of bet on anything on Polymarket, guys, not just about elections, not just about how many tweets Elon Musk will send. That was a real one that I saw this morning, but also, of course, on sports as well. So that could be a challenge to these companies
and
that are pure play
Tim
sports
might have
betting.
a sandwich during our show.
Oh,
that one's an easy one to sort of like.
Is that a very liquid market?
The odds are not maybe so liquid, but the odds are 99.9% that he will.
Okay, I have no idea what they're talking about. Tim ate a sandwich? Is that
Tim-
the
No,
news?
you can bet on whether or not Tim is going to.
Okay. All right. Well, you can also bet on where treasuries are going. You take a look at yields on the screen. They are down across the board here. I should point out that we had seen yields ticking higher for the last few days, really the last couple of weeks here. So a bit of a pullback today as some people pile back in on a price basis.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.